It's a Christmas miracle, Nicholas.
Hey, I got home on time. I got home
You
in
sound like you're
time.
out of breath. Did you run upstairs?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I brought Jamie in last minute.
Yeah.
And you're more than welcome to stick around if you want, Jamie, or if you just want to lurk in the background. I didn't think Nicholas was going to be here for a bit, so.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I should
probably-
have been half an hour late, but I wasn't. And I did not get a speeding ticket because I did not speed.
That's good.
Just
Oh, we did get fluxed. Who got fluxed?
hey.
Is Flux in here? Flux is making a awesome monument to Wendy in her Minecraft. By the way, she's working on a giant library, and I kind of want the library to have my name on it, but I know it's for Wendy, and it's awesome. They need a statue to Wendy, though. Oh, you got Flux rated. Welcome, Fluxers. By the way, if you guys are new to this, Nick Staroff and I dual stream Jodi Arias every Tuesday and Wednesday. And our chat or our various streams are linked at the top of our chats. At least they should be. And yep, they are.
Yep.
I already took care of that.
Yep.
And so you could jump back and forth and give me all the likes, all you want. That would be amazing. But welcome everybody. It's Jodi Day. It's Christmas Jodi Day.
Oh, it's Christmas Jodi Day. Oh.
I was thinking we're gonna have to do a Jodi Day live from Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking at my schedule and shoot, let me see. Now I can't pull my calendar up because why not? We're doing this live. So I believe Jodi Day on the 3rd and the 6th will be live from Sweden. We'll both be in Sweden.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be 6 p.m. Swedish time for both of us. But good morning, everybody in chat. I've been ignoring you guys because I was distracted by our late arrival of Nicholas. But Fedorovsky and
Mr. Jingle says hi and Merry Christmas. He is currently. What are you doing? What are you looking at? Don't eat me.
Nicholas talks so bad about his cat, but he loves it.
Yeah. This is my asshole cat.
My airship is awesome, by the way, Flux. I kind of want to play in it, though. So if you could give me access to your Minecraft, I just kind of want to walk around in my airship. All right. So we're still on day 26. This is one of those rare days of testimony where it takes 3 days for us to get through it.
Yeah, because Tuesday was amazing and interesting, and the words, and this is supposed to be redirect, in which lawyer Normie really asks her questions. These texts where you say you enjoy getting splooshy in face, what do you actually mean by it? And she tries to explain it away. And I have a cat butt in my face.
See, this is the thing where if you and your attorney have a conflict, it's not going to go well if he's asking you to explain away things and you're unable to.
Oh, because she is mentally unable to just say yes or no. She has to explain, and when she does, she forks up. Fork as in the utensil, forks up. Hi, Crime Spice.
Yeah, hello. I wanted to watch last week's, or Tuesday's rather, because I missed it.
Oh,
and I wasn't able to get to it. So
they played snippets of her recording where only Travis sounds bad. And then lawyer Normie asks Jodi questions, and she answers weird, as in, for instance, Normie asked, "You really didn't like this, right?" Not verbatim, and she answers, "Well, I didn't mind it." I mean,
It's the wrong. Okay, yeah, but see, that's the thing is she's answering all the questions wrong.
yeah.
You've got to be graped constantly. This is all against your desires and wishes, and the only time you say that you like it, it's only to placate him. You don't sit down and stand and say, "Well, I did kind of like it."
Mm.
No, don't open it up to visitors. Just me, Flux. Just me. Not everyone. I don't want people getting into my airship. But no, that's okay. So we'll see. We have about an hour left of testimony today, which will probably take us the 2 hour run to get through.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, we go about 2 hours or so on Saturdays, and Tuesdays are shorter days. Is there closed captioning on this one? Oh, there is. The last one for some reason didn't have it. So I'm glad to see that there is. All right, Jamie, you gonna hang out in the background since Nicholas
Yes.
is here? Okay,
Mm.
you guys will all see Jamie in chat.
Y'all are all set. But thank you.
No problem. Bye, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Bobby. I don't know. No. Talk to Flux about that. I feel like Flux might have something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I once farted so hard my butt stopped itching, but that's about it.
I'm just gonna wash my memory of that comment, and we'll move on.
Fidelity, and you kissing Ryan Burns on June 5th. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And
Jimmy
do you
got off screen
recall the testimony of Miss Diodone, Lisa Diodone, then Lisa Andrews, that
We both have Twitters. Mine should be linked in my description on my
Yep.
channel. I'm pretty sure it is. Now I'm gonna go look,
Yes.
but I'll drop it in the link. Isn't it? I mean, both of ours are. Go to our channel descriptions. You'll be able to find us all over the social medias.
Hold on.
she was dating Travis Alexander at the same period of time that you were either in a relationship with Mr. Alexander or having sexual intercourse with Mr. Alexander. Do you remember that?
Approach.
Is it Boston Tea Party Day? I was going to do a video on the Boston Massacre, actually.
Oh.
You know, there was a trial after that involving the soldiers. And
Really?
it's a really good trial.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah. They were, well, I don't want to spoil the ending because most people don't know about it. But it's really good. So this is Jodi Arias, the one on the stand. She unalived her boyfriend by stabbing him in the shower and taking pictures of it while she did it, but accidentally. And then wasn't able to destroy the evidence. First pretending she wasn't there, then pretending two ninjas broke in and did it and left her alive. And then right at the time of the trial started, claimed self-defense. So throughout the trial, they've been trying to say that he's a horrible abuser, but it's basically just turned into a not so PG-rated sexcapade trial, talking about all the ins and the outs of their love life.
Yeah, and they are. Oh, yeah. On Tuesday, we found out that Travis and Jodi, with Tootsie Pop, used on her how long it would take it to disappear.
You knew you were getting. Oh God! How many licks does it take? I guess they're not identifying the tongue. You got your business vibes from her, yeah. So she unalived him in a very graphic way in the shower, literally seconds after taking legitimate photos, and then I think the prosecution made it a thing about she's still hanging onto the camera. I think it was like around her neck or something on a strap. Somehow it fell and it was taking pictures in the act. It was really bad. And she's essentially a child that likes to talk like I don't know, like you would imagine a 13 or 14-year-old girl might be talking, explaining events and things. And it's just all kinds of cringy.
Yeah, I mean, she was not an innocent girl when she met Travis. She was experienced, and she's been saying that in this trial, and in all holes, to the degree that she actually brought the lubricant herself, because that brand is what she was used to. That kind of experience.
Can we not destroy everything over Jodi and her perversions? Yeah, Pop Rocks and Tootsie Pops. I was gonna dress as a Tootsie Pop for Halloween, but I couldn't get the costume in time, so I didn't do that.
I'm just glad they didn't use a life-size candy cane.
They probably did. That just wasn't discussed in text, therefore they're not getting into it. Yeah, everything Jodi touches kind of
Go into
destroys the context for me.
Yeah.
Watch this with my mom.
Jodi, before we go into some of these issues, you'd be so kind as to tell us what your belief in terms of what being monogamous in a relationship.
Well, in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship,
See what I mean by like 13, 14-year-old girl?
it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, but to me, it means that you're committed to that person. You're not, you're not with other people, sleeping with other people, or
That goes
maybe
both ways.
there's kind of a gray area, but acting inappropriately.
What's that?
That monogamy is between one man, two people, partnership, whatever you want to call it. Not just her demanding it of
dating
him.
relationship, not when there's a boyfriend and a girlfriend and they love each other very much, that sort of nonsense that she goes into.
Yeah, and because
Do you like me? Yeah.
can I be your person? No, and they broke up and got together and broke up and got together, and
yeah, so they were officially separated, but still kind of getting some action on the side. And what makes this case a little more interesting is that Travis was Mormon and she converted to Mormonism and was baptized in that religion. And then they did all kinds of stuff to get around the rules, using bonus holes and whatnot. So this case is just all kinds of sex talk, essentially.
Yeah.
I saw it. I started it, but I didn't finish it. But yeah, it's something about her girlfriend in the cell. There was like drama with Jodi's girlfriend while incarcerated or something. I can't remember exactly what the premise was. I started it. I should probably finish it. Yeah. Nick had to work today. Everyone should be nice to him.
Yeah, give me all your thumbs up and all your super chats and all your gifted memberships, but I have one more workday and then I'm free for the holidays.
There you go.
Until they call me because they are idiots.
Oh, you're beating me by 2 thumbs up. Okay, well, let's just move on. They want you to work all the holidays?
No, but there's always some crap showing up because not all employers, they are reaching the end of the fiscal year and thinks, oh, now is a good time to remove some employees right around Christmas. And
so
then they call us and
that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. I thought I guess that's what happens when you're low man on the totem pole. You know what, Joe? When you get back into Vice's chat, ask him about the Provo push. Provo push. PROVOPUSH. Provo push. Please ask him, and please report back what his answer is.
Appropriately with other people, out of respect for your boyfriend or girlfriend.
I know you mentioned in your cross-examination that you were, I think your words were hyper literal, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that regard, then, you just defined monogamy for us. What then to you does infidelity mean?
Infidelity, I associate a little bit more with marriage, but in a committed relationship, infidelity can also mean if that person was unfaithful and that they
It's sounding like a divorce case.
pursued something with another person independent of the relationship that that person is in. I think in marriage, it goes a little farther. It's more about in your mind and heart as well, not just your actions.
Okay. So let me ask you this then, as it relates to your relationship with Mr. Alexander. Per your definitions and your feeling then, would you have believed or assumed that at the time period that you and Mr. Alexander were boyfriend and girlfriend, that you would have been monogamous?
During that time period, yes, I believe that.
Okay. And during that time period then, had he been sexual with another woman, would you in your mind
For speculation. Oh, if. I thought he
define that as an act of infidelity?
Sexual meaning sleeping with other people or acting inappropriately.
Thank.
That was a good objection.
When you're
It was very vague.
Mr. Alexander, you and Mr. Alexander are a couple, if he
No,
kissed another
I
girl,
forgot 1.25.
would that be an act of infidelity?
Well, if it's like a relative,
Is it-
no, but yeah,
is it
and if it's in
corner
a
kiss?
romantic way, of course, yes, I would consider that.
Okay. I should have been more clear with your hyperliteral personality, but let's go on then.
It has to be stricken.
Sustained.
Okay.
He's just getting
So then
objected
if
to
he had
left and right.
romantically kissed another girl, that would be infidelity. Would I be correct in assuming then if he engaged in other sexual acts such as oral sex, that would be an act of infidelity when you were boyfriend and girlfriend? Like in your mind?
In my mind, yes, I would consider that infidelity.
And anything else of a sexual nature without going through every sexual act in the book, so to speak, that would also be an act of infidelity in your mind. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So refresh our memory then as to the point in time
I think it
when
was
you were
Applebee's.
boyfriend and girlfriend, you were in a couplehood,
She likes
if
her
you
date
will, with
nights
Mr.
at
Alexander.
Applebee's.
Did you say when?
When?
I would say February 2nd, when we had the conversation to make things official. And that was 2007 until June 29th, 2007, when we broke up.
So for a couple of months.
Yeah. They made it
During
official.
that time
They exchanged
period,
leather jackets or something.
were you aware of any acts
Tell me more.
that you would define as infidelity?
Yes, Aries.
I was
This is
not
her
aware.
attorney.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a feeling, but I didn't see.
Yeah, was the question there. Said she was not aware.
Sustained.
Yeah, there she is again.
It's
She
just a-
can't answer yes or no without blah, 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 blurting
Yes.
something out.
she can't take guidance from anybody. And this is probably why she's in the situation she's in. And for her to sit there and be like, well, all my ex-boyfriends are alive and was able to talk her way out of every situation. They just walked away from you, lady, because they were done dealing with you.
Yeah.
Now,
Now,
didn't make it.
the discussion was held about Ryan Burns and you kissing Ryan Burns on June 4th, and that was brought up to whether or not you were being disloyal to Mr. Alexander, correct?
Yes.
Now, you weren't Mr. Alexander's girlfriend on June 4th of 2008, right?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Were you aware of Mr. Alexander engaging in other sexual behavior at the same time, with other individuals at the same time that he was engaging in sexual behavior with you?
At what time period?
Any time period.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned, we've talked about the time when you went to his home in 2007 and saw him kissing another girl. That be one of those instances you're talking about?
Where he was with me and also with somebody else?
Yes.
Yes, like not in a committed relationship, but we were physical together in that regard.
Were there other instances of that sort of behavior that you were aware of with Mr. Alexander?
Yes.
Describe those for us.
Well, there are things that I became aware of after the fact.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that would be hearsay.
Overruled.
What?
Next question.
Wait, what was that question now?
Well, she answered she didn't find out until after the fact, but that would make it hearsay, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, but she already answered, and I don't think it really matters at the end of the day.
No.
yes.
So just
Describe those for us.
Well, there are things that I became aware of after the fact.
Okay.
So,
she's not going into
Overruled.
what was said by anyone.
Next question.
So apart from this action that you saw in 2007, you're not aware of Mr. Alexander. At the time, you weren't aware of Mr. Alexander engaging in sexual behavior with anyone else but you and this girl. Is that accurate?
sexual, yes, I saw the romantic gestures, but not sexual.
Okay. In that regard, though, who is Chaitanya Lay?
Chaitanya Lay is a girl that Travis wanted to have a threesome.
Approach, please. Actually, we're going to take a 10-minute recess, since you did have a 15-minute recess
Okay,
about an
not
hour
allowed
ago.
to
So 10
bring
minutes,
up
please be back.
threesomes, apparently.
Well, what about the
3:35.
Provo push?
Please remember the
He was able to
admonition.
talk about it. I was distracted for a bit. So he was asking about a threesome?
Yeah.
No objection?
Normally I asked about a name and something about she started to answer, that's the woman Travis wanted to have a threesome with, and judge immediately approached.
Oh, okay. I did not hang any lights outside my treehouse because you guys don't see those. I just put them all on the inside. The house is decorated, but not the treehouse.
Yeah, that the
Oh,
threesome is
not
the third one is
technically.
the
Not technically, because the third, what is it engaging anything? Just assisting the others, right? To engage, right? Or is it? I don't know. I don't know. There's someone watching for sure. I guess.
Talk about your journals. Right?
Oh, so they didn't allow him to go into that.
You were shown Exhibit 455.
yeah. All the things she said about Travis, and then she had a journal, and nothing about Travis.
Before we go to
mistreating her
that,
is
then
in
when the
journal.
system is
He didn't
rebooting,
even try to fake it by
let
like
me show
adding
you
it
what's
in
been
a
marked
color pen or
as
something.
Exhibit 242.001, if I may approach on. In this regard,
Why does he sound so slow?
are all the pages in that journal complete?
No,
Oh, now they're going to allege that
Are
police
all the
removed
pages
journal.
that were originally contained in that journal still in there now?
no.
If you could be so kind, could you hold up for the jury and show us where pages are actually ripped?
Yes. Do you want dates or anything, or just?
No, if you could just physically show
Okay.
torn
There's half a
pages.
page here and a following page that was ripped out.
Could you just perhaps stand up
Like
and
this,
show?
right, Brandon?
Okay. There is half a page here, another page here that was ripped out.
Leave it to
There's a
Indigo.
piece here.
Welcome, Indigo.
There are other parts also.
Sorry, speak up.
Yeah, there's a few other places in here where pages were ripped out. I just
Is
would
that
have
where
to
you
find them.
admitted to what you had
I
done,
think I know by date on one.
Jodi?
Or it's probably where she admitted to what she had done, but she's blaming it on the police removing all the bad stuff she wrote about Travis.
Huh.
But let's assume we had a journal entry to back up her stories
Yes,
about
around the
Travis.
end of
Still doesn't
October.
justify the unaliving.
Yeah, at least one line. Travis did this to me, but there's nothing.
Does
And
it appear there's pages missing out of the entry on September 9th, 2007?
Yes.
Okay. These pages that were either partially removed or completely removed, how did that come to pass?
Checking out the foundation, she indicated there was more than one area.
Okay, the page that was torn in half. How did that come to occur?
Checking out the foundation, timing of that.
Overall, Jimmy answer.
That one, even though chronologically it was before some others, that one was torn out after I removed some pages that I had written in about John Dixon because it caused me so much grief.
Okay. The page that were torn, the page you showed us, page or two that were torn in part, do you recall why you removed those sections? Or did you, let's start there. Did you remove those sections?
Checking that's what she said she did.
Overall. Me answer.
I removed the half page was August 26th, 2007, and I removed that page and the one following it.
And why did you remove that partial page and the one following it?
It's pretty vague now, but I was just going on and on about suicide. It was pretty negative. There are a lot of entries about that, but
Bullshit.
this one was just a lot
bullshit.
more, I don't know, it was very
Bullshit.
negative about myself and I didn't want it to be in my journal anymore.
Nick, do you believe her statements?
Nope.
Okay. I heard some rumblings. I wasn't
And
sure.
the pages near the entries dated September 9th, 2007, we were looking at how a few of those were removed. Do you recall why those were? Well, let me ask you this. Do you recall who removed those?
I removed those ones.
So she removed all
and
these pages. That's
why did you
gonna go
remove
after
those
the
pages?
I removed those ones because they detailed the weekend that I spent with John Dixon. And when Travis read it and exploded, I thought
The answer.
Making, that your
I
answer.
have started it.
it just
not
caused me so much
finished
grief
yet.
that I didn't want that to even be in there anymore because if I just didn't want it in there anymore in case he was reading it again in the future.
Okay, now, we saw this journal here. This is the journal that the pages were ripped out of, correct?
Yes.
We saw this journal here, we saw some other journals, and the question was asked of you about the privacy of the journals, right? And so it begins the question, if they were private, why would it matter if you wrote about John Dixon in them,
They
in any of the
didn't,
journals?
they were not private, not as private as I wanted them to be.
Not as private as you wanted. Who, besides yourself, had access to your journals?
Well, Travis would read them, and also Mormons are encouraged to write journals with the idea in mind that they will pass those journals on to their posterity. So sometimes I would write that with that in mind. Sometimes I was a little more free-flowing, but definitely Travis had read it on several occasions.
So she
You
wrote the
mentioned
journal
posterity,
and edited her own life
meaning
because she wants to pass it
it
on
could
to
be
someone.
passed down to future generations, is that what you're telling us?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And would you then, for posterity purposes or any other purpose, not want to have anything negative in your journal?
Check the meeting.
Overall, Jimmy answer.
That would be one of the reasons.
What would the other reason be?
Well, there's a few reasons. There's that one. There's also the fact that Travis could potentially read something that I wrote in there. And the biggest reason was the law of attraction. It was a huge philosophy of mine at that time in my life. And one of the aspects of that law states that you're not to read about.
I'm gonna check on Brent's information. She said at that time, there was 3 or 4 journals, there were different time periods. So which time period is she referring to?
The law of attraction, when were you introduced to it?
Go Bengals.
Initially, I became acquainted with it in 1999, or maybe it was 2000, actually.
And was
I think
this
she used the term
a
HRA.
principle or a philosophy that you followed from that point on?
Not religiously. It was something I was familiar with. Maybe it was in the back of my mind here and there. It certainly had an effect on somewhat on wanting to be positive, but it wasn't a big part of my life at that time.
You say it wasn't a big part of your life. At what time?
2000.
Okay. Was it a big part of your life between 2006? Was it a big part of your life when you were in a relationship, friendship, interacting, what have you, with Mr. Alexander?
Yes.
Now, in that regard, you've mentioned a couple times that the law of attraction would be a reason why you wouldn't put anything negative in your journals. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Could
It's
you
even-
explain that?
It is. It's even
How
worse.
writing
than-
something negative in your
There we go. It's even worse than Amber Turd, who at least had someone that was going to testify and lie on her behalf, right? Or at least it appeared to be. Jodi has literally nobody there to corroborate her side of the events at all. They tried with the
absolutely
one
nothing.
boyfriend,
Yeah.
not the boyfriend, the friend of Travis, whatever, right? On cross-examination, but it didn't come off well.
No. And so everything she has is her explanations. And
She writes
She
all
al-
kinds of horrible, cringy stuff. Let's go.
and yeah, it's as you say, Dave. She has been getting away with bullshitting her entire life
Yeah.
because pretty girl, and you just want her to stop talking. This time it didn't work, and it doesn't work because prosecution has no interest in her.
I will say she's 43 right now and looks like this. That's not bad. That's what Salvador's all got going on for him.
journal would contradict with the law of attraction?
Yeah, I don't watch them because when I
Yes,
do,
I'll do my best to explain it. The idea behind the law of attraction is that we live in a vibrational universe and that, everything down to the atomic level is vibrating to a certain frequency, which creates what you see everywhere, including sound and sight and light and all of that, and physical matter. And so the idea is that when you have a certain thought, it begets an emotion, and the emotion changes the vibration on a molecular level within your body, and that in turn affects your environment around you in a way, and that it can draw negative things or positive things depending on what your predominant thoughts are.
This woman would have been sucked into twin flames if she was still out and about.
Oh, she would have joined any cult.
Absolutely.
Any. If she thought she
vibrate
gained
at the
from
right
it.
frequency. That's your soulmate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Mental.
In that regard, you're encouraged to not focus on negative things or read about or write about or talk about
Even ninjas can't save her.
things of a negative nature that you don't want to come into your life. So although I wrote about some negative things in my journal, I wasn't very
Let me do an impression
explicit.
of
One of the
Jodi's
things
hole.
they say that can speed up the law of attraction is if you write about something in great detail, you get into the detail, into the feeling of it, into the emotion of it. And
Nick, I believe you have a super
Thank you,
chat.
Bass. Hey, Bass vibrated me $10. Nice. Thank you so much. And here is my
That's just a horrible way to say it.
but before we move along, let me do my impression of Jodi's holes. There.
If she stands in a windstorm, she starts whistling.
She's a human wind chime.
Yeah, our stab emotions and net positive for your vibrations. Yeah, she's just so full of 13-year-old girlisms.
and it speeds up the manifestation process, so to speak. So I didn't get in depth
You
with
don't
certain
sound
things.
crazy at all.
Nope.
So
saying
then,
that, Jodi.
as it relates to negative things in your journal, you believe that had you documented instances that Travis had been violent with you, that would beget more violence? Is that what you're telling us?
Sustained.
How would writing about Travis being violent with you in your journal violate this law of attraction that you were following?
One of the things that the law of attraction encourages is when you're in a relationship with somebody to focus
Look at Brandon here. I'll take your $4.99 and I will read it aloud and proud. Can we briefly touch on all the shoddy merch Dave sold to people? What a thief. Put your bar number in chat and spare us the Google search. I don't know if you can find it on Google, but State Bar, I'm going to make you do a little bit of effort. No, I will talk about it though. The merch, the clothing was shit. And so I pulled down the whole store. Although I heard from Iris, or not Iris, Pixie, and some others that got the mugs. The mugs were fine. The quality was crap. So I pulled down. My merch store is completely gone. I'm revamping it, going with a different company. And thank you for the $4.99. You find my bar number. I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I've sold a bunch of stuff, and I so far no complaints that I'm aware of, at least.
The first Wendy, did Wendy get the shirt first? I can't remember. And I was looking at it, and I was like, it looks really thin. The screen printing on it, and it wasn't even centered properly.
Oh.
And then other people have gotten in and said that the printing is really thin. The shirt, the material isn't probably the best. So I'm going with a different store. Yeah, my bar number is 666. Exactly. Go searching. But yeah, no, it was crap. And so I've reached out to a local print shop in Detroit, and I think I'm going to end up being the warehouse so I can manage the quality of the merchandise. So my shop will be filled with boxes soon with MLS merch. No mug. No, I pulled everything down because I wanted to make sure that I was producing quality stuff. But don't worry, merch is coming. Merch is coming again.
Meanwhile, you can go to my merch store and get Jingles merch.
Wait, can we get messages from X now?
Wait, what?
This is an X message from
Wow.
Super Chat. We can get it through StreamYard. That is
Nice.
cool. All right, cool.
Hold
Chat
on.
away.
Let me try with because I'm also streaming through.
I am low on Brandon's list. That's okay. He just super chats me like $5. It's fine. Yeah, he's super chat. although Brandon did make some donations to Jeff yesterday on my name. He allowed me to put my name on the card, so that was gracious.
Nice. Yeah, thank you so much, John Gordon, for $2. If you complain, Mr. Jingles takes care of you. Yeah, and he's hungry. He's always hungry.
Okay, so yes. However, most of the time when I've done this before for my law firm, and I'll get sampled. In fact, this is one of my nice quality law firm shirts from my 10-year anniversary. They'll send you samples. This store wanted to charge me full price for the samples, and I should have known that there was an issue with that to begin with. So, anyways, look at that. You got a new member.
Oh, new member. Totally not a Russian bot. New member. Bass has been a member for 5 months. Miss Jingles, don't stab me. I will stay member. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so merch store, all that good stuff is coming back around. And I do have Helm Law mugs. Actually, I can send some out, but I don't have a price for them yet. So I got the store going. I got the merch coming, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. And then it just took me forever. And so I did the spring thing, and it was crap. Look at here. I am loyal to Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jingles, member for 5 months. Thank you, Amy, for being a member. And for you who are new here and over at either at my channel or at Dave's channel, I produce by far the most members-only content on LawTube. I found that out, and by then it was too late, so I couldn't really scale it down, so I just keep going. Latest is I'm now I only share in a racehorse, and that stable is about 45 minutes from where I live, so I can go and visit my racehorse.
Nice. I own a trail horse that I learned. Actually, I had the dentist come out, and I learned that he's probably about 5 years older than I thought he was. But that's okay. He's still spry for his age in his mid-20s. But and he's only 5 minutes away. I get to go play with him later after Jodi.
Yeah, let's see here. I can show you this.
Got a
Hold
picture
on.
of your horse?
Hold on.
And don't forget, we have a Lego stream tonight with Joe from Good Logic.
Dun, dun, dun.
Razors. He has a razor horse for sure.
That is
Nice.
Cosmic Creation. Father is Propulsion, which is one of the best horses this in the 2010s. And her grandfather on mother's side is Muscle Hill, which is one of the best horses on U.S. soil.
Have you been on her?
No, I just got the shares.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't visited her yet. So that is from the stable, when they sent out to us who owns
Very
shares. Yeah. So I will go visit when I can.
Good Logic is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern on myself, MLS, and Valhalla awaits. So you can just subscribe and hit the notification. You don't need to go to Valhalla's channel, but he's right here.
Yeah, and Cosmic Creation is 4. She will race until she's 6, and if she does well, she will go to breeding. So
Communist ownership structure. Or very, very capitalist, as since a corporation and partnerships is at the foundation of our capitalist system, Brandon. Very cool. Well, I got to bring Jodi back up. Here we go. All right. Shall we continue with the nonsense that is Jodi's explanation to anything that happened?
Oh,
It's only
thank
the
you,
good qualities,
Baz.
and more of those good qualities will come forth in the relationship as opposed to the negative qualities. When you're harping on somebody's.
Would you want to read the names?
Oh, thank you, Baz, for gifting 10 memberships to Michael Burke, Haley Wolf, Kim, So Fabulous, Psychotic Doll, Christina Bingham, Sarah Schwartzberg, René Mier, Janet Lee, and Angela. And
Angela.
Angela. And it's most are returners, but there's a few newcomers. There will be a link to my Discord on the members page on my channel, and now you have access to all the members only content. Yay! Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Faults all the time, those seem bigger than the qualities that you're looking for. So that was just one of the reasons. The other was I didn't want Travis to read about that. And the third, of course, is I didn't want.
Asked about this law of attraction.
Next question, Sustained.
Why then would you not write?
Oh, Nick's
And
been
maybe
winning
it's the same reason.
the whole time.
Anything about seeing Mr. Alexander masturbate to the image of a child. Why would you not write that in your journal?
Because it didn't happen.
Well, there are a lot of reasons.
Because it didn't happen.
The biggest reason is I couldn't imagine writing something like that. Like, hey, today I walked in on Travis beating off pictures of kids. I couldn't write something like that in my journal because that's horrific to me. And
Because it never happened.
I did have personal concern that if something like that were written in my journal, that could come back to haunt me. It's definitely not something that I wanted to record for history's sake. And again, being involved in the church at that time, we're encouraged to record things. Mormons are very big on record keeping. And I would have much preferred to have just erased that day from the record. And I never would have put something like that would also jeopardize Travis's life or his, I don't know, his something illegal about him.
And it's not even, there's like literally nothing to back it up. Now, she claims that she walked in on him doing the, the solo performance, 2 images, and then there was like some other fantasies and stuff like that. But remind you, Travis was spontaneously unalived. He wasn't planning for it. And the police found nothing on any of his phones or computers or hard drives or anything to support her bullshit story.
Yeah, and she also recorded conversations. She kept everything, and there's not a mention of it.
Yeah, legally speaking, it is best to lie about dead people because they cannot do a thing about it.
You can sue in Sweden. It's defamation of the dead.
No, we have defamation of the dead because we don't really have injuries. Now I could see if there's an estate managing, like Michael Jackson's.
Yeah, it will be the estate that sues.
Yeah, but but you'd have to have damages. So talking dead or talking about, say, Michael Jackson, does he really have damages as a result of that? Does the estate?
I wouldn't want to put that in my journal, something that could compromise his status.
And would those same reasons you just stated be the reason why you didn't talk about any of the violent incidents in your journals?
Yes, again, he would read them.
She should be on the board. She has to tell us.
No, I asked
Yes or no.
I asked her the reasons, not a yes or no question. I asked her the reasons why she didn't put these in.
Question.
Suppose she
These
serviced some
violent,
of
we
the
talked
cars.
about many, half dozen or so violent
been-
incidents with
It's
Mr.
been
Alexander
discussed.
throughout the course
No
of the testimony. Do you
accusations.
recall that?
Yes,
On cross-examination, it was pointed out that there was no record of this anywhere in your journals. You remember that?
yes,
My question to you, and we talked about this as it relates to a few incidents.
Yeah, and
But as it
remember,
relates to
freedom
all
of
these
speech is
incidents,
not a freedom from
why would you put
consequences.
something of
It's
that
just
nature in your
freedom
journals?
from what the
What are the
government can do
reasons?
to you.
well, one, I didn't want to solidify it. I mean, this sounds like denial, but I didn't want to solidify it more in reality by putting it on paper and making it more concrete. And another reason is that, and that goes to law of attraction, another reason is that if Travis were to read it, in the past, he made me tear out some negative things I'd written about him. So I didn't want to put more things on paper that were negative about him. I just wanted to focus on his good qualities, not his
I don't
shortcomings.
think he gave two shits on a straw what she wrote in
Now
the
I want to
journal.
ask you
No, he
about
didn't.
some specific
Because she wasn't interested to him.
entries
Yeah, when he
Your,
introduced her to all of
question
his friends
about
as the three-hole wonder, it was
referring
clear
you
where
to
what he thought of her and her
Exhibit
opinions.
455. You were shown this entry. Do you recall that?
Yes,
Was this
Not
time?
quoting the whole thing, but you say you love Travis Alexander so completely.
Well, it's what does that say? It's hard to read. My screen is small. See, well, I guess it's a good thing that vibrator. What? I don't know what that says. I don't want it to be that way.
Much this, blah, 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 much this, because I write. No, I
love that. I love
I'll
Travis
write that I love Travis.
so completely that I don't
No.
another way to be. Okay, fellas, if you get a letter from that or from a lady that says that, run.
Yeah, run.
yes,
I don't
you
know
felt that
another
at
way
the
to be.
time?
yes,
Okay. As it relates to your journal that day, was that your entire entry?
no,
Yeah, the focus was crap on that. Yeah, she is absolutely a child.
Mm.
Sal wants his own personal letters from Jodi. Don't let him think that he just wants her journals.
Remember, jump between our channels, gives thumbs up,
Show you what's
promotes us
as
in the
exhibit
YouTube algorithm.
number 5.
Yes,
10
our
on
channels
your
are pinned at the top of our respective chats.
And Ms. Arias, if you could just take a look at this and advise us if this constitutes your entire entry of 82607.
yes.
I don't know if it ever oscillates between sophisticated and immature. I think her immaturity
Exhibit 510.
leads her to use big words and talk in a way where she thinks it sounds sophisticated. But I don't think she actually is. Oh, I've got to read the
Objection,
second
these are three
sentence.
entries
Yeah,
instead
you're
of the one that
exactly
was
right.
presented to her by the state dated Sunday, August 26, 2007. So I would object. Plus, it also has writings apparently put there by defense counsel.
Counsel, please correct.
Writing on the
76%
pages that is writing from the defense, that's not good. Don't write on evidence.
What's 76? Just look at the thumbnail.
Huh?
Red Ford says 76. Just look at the thumbnail. Oh. Oh, never mind. Talking about something else. I thought you were talking about all of our Easter eggs in the thumbnail, and maybe you spotted like 76 of them or something. That's what I was thinking at first. Didn't realize you were responding. How many Easter eggs do we have in our thumbnail now? Do you even know?
Around 30, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Nick's been hiding Easter eggs in all of our thumbnails.
Turning your attention back to Exhibit 510. There are separate, here to write down the date on a couple of different occasions in this exhibit. Could you take a look at that for us when you put the date in three different areas?
Yes,
And in terms of that date, all those are dated August 27th of 2007, is that correct?
26th.
26, excuse me. Was that then a continuation of the thoughts and ideas you were having on that day?
Objection made.
Overruled, you may answer.
Yes, it was all the same day.
I move to admit Exhibit 510, Judge.
Judge May, I would iron witness objection on the grounds of foundation.
You may.
Ma'am, with regard to that
Not an
particular
accurate
exhibit,
movie, Dave.
there are three separate entries, aren't there?
Yes,
And they're both around 26 of 07, right?
all three of them, yes.
And in fact, on the first page, there's some highlight, right?
Yes,
You didn't highlight it, did
We
you?
entered
No.
recross.
You didn't put
We entered recross.
I
Was
thought
that
he.
all?
No, I thought he was in Vaudeering. I wasn't
Oh.
paying attention.
I move to admit Exhibit 510, Judge.
Judge May, I would iron witness
Yeah.
objection on the
Okay, that's
grounds of
what. Yeah,
foundation.
he's just
You may.
Vaudeering her
Okay.
regarding
Yeah,
the
we-
exhibit. So this is the journal entry.
With regard to that particular exhibit, there are three separate entries, aren't there?
yes,
And they're both around 26 of 07, right?
all three of them, yes.
And in fact, on the first page, there's some highlight, right?
Yes,
You didn't highlight it, did you?
no,
You didn't put that on there, right?
no,
And in fact, on the second page, there's some words, right?
yes,
You didn't write those words on there, did you?
no,
And then on the other entry, which is involving August 26 of 07, it also has some more highlights on it, right?
yes,
You didn't put those on there, right?
No.
And in fact, there's some words on there. You didn't put those on there either, did you?
no,
And the same thing with regard to the last page of this particular exhibit. It has some writing on it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Highlights it, doesn't it?
yes,
You didn't put that on there, did you?
no,
Additionally, it includes August 28 of 07, Tuesday, doesn't it?
yes,
That has nothing to do with August 26 of 07, right?
no,
And in fact, with regard to Sunday, August 26 of 07, you do write what we previously talked about involving your undying love for Mr. Alexander, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, grounds for the board I would witness. I would object to it.
Overruled, you may continue.
And then in another part of this particular entry, you talk about a wholly different person, don't you?
person?
Yes.
I believe I did mention
Yes,
that.
you do, don't you? It's not about Travis Alexander, the rest of it, is it?
Why is this man feeling at me?
The rest of it,
But the rest of this entry has nothing to do with Travis Alexander, does it?
It doesn't have to be.
the,
Not related to foundation.
Continue.
Does it?
the highlight portion does.
I'm not asking about the highlighted portion. I'm asking about the one on the right that's not highlighted. That has nothing to do with Mr. Alexander, does it?
No, that's law of attraction stuff.
Right. It doesn't have to do with Mr. Alexander and what happened with regard to August 26 of 07, does it?
Indirectly, it does because it's law of attraction, but it doesn't mention,
Doesn't it talk about your mental outlook and what you need to do at self-improvement, man?
yes,
And then the same thing with regard to the second page of the first August.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're asking to admit an exhibit, you have to establish foundation. this is the document that I purport it to be, and this is what I purport it to establish as far as an element and things like that. And then you can move to admit. If the other side has an objection, before they raise their objection, they can ask the court to voir dire, just to establish foundational basis for admitting or excluding the evidence. Like, you didn't actually write this, someone else wrote this, so these aren't your words, you don't have any first-hand knowledge, that kind of thing. So voir dire for establishing foundation on an exhibit is actually fairly common. I do it all the time. But this guy's just so angry and so chomping at the bit. I think the defense counsel's objection that it's outside the scope of voir dire to establish the foundation is warranted, but the judge was just like, overruled. Just let him keep going.
Yeah, he went quite fast from voir dire to interrogation.
I was wondering what you were trying to say at first. He said void fire, but I knew what he meant.
2607 entry, right? Isn't that what it talks about?
Objection, Your Honor, asked approach.
Okay.
He does want to bend her over and spank her, I'm sure. By the way, this is thanks to Farrell, who worked up this wonderful little image. And then, wait, where did it go? Did I accidentally remove it? I did. We have a little angry elf on the shelf somewhere, too. But I must have removed that accidentally. I'll have to find it again. That courtroom has been fairly packed most of the time of the trial.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of wasted space. They could have put a balcony above them and another row of seats. Don't forget tonight at 9. Also tomorrow in Discord, if you're a member of MLS, we are going to stream some Christmas specials from about noon Eastern, by the way, I should say noon Eastern to 3 p.m. Little Christmas party, watch party.
Read through the entirety of the exhibit. 510. Just let us know when you completed reading it.
Dave, I tried telling you this was the 50 Shades hysteria of the time.
Oh, the book? Yeah, I remember it was quite big at the time.
Was it really?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, I mean, I've heard of the book, but I guess I didn't know when it came out or anything.
And there were videos and lectures and everything and in between.
Is Waifu Khan in the chat?
I don't know.
She rewatched one of my streams, and I on there I said I didn't know what BDSM stood for. I don't think I know all of it, but she was trying to call me out, so I wanted to call her out on knowing what it stood for. Yeah, okay. So this was, I would have been practicing. Why didn't I watch this? I don't remember watching this trial. I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember watching it. And I can't connect it with a book that I've never read. Like, ask me when the Da Vinci Code came out, because I read that book. Jodi was not into BDSM. She enjoyed being handled. She also talked about being tied to a tree, right?
Yeah.
And there's ropes involved and popsicles, not popsicles, suckers, lollipops. I don't know. I guess that's not BDSM. I don't know what BDSM is.
Based on your review of that document dated August
If
26,
you have to take off your
2007.
glasses to read, you don't need the glasses.
Well, to see far. My dad does. My dad needs glasses to like see distance, but he takes them off to read. But he's also, 70. The tree thing was a fantasy, but the tying to the bed wasn't, because that actually happened. And the outside of the vehicle, on the hood of the vehicle, and all of that stuff. But that may. Okay. So Salvador knows. Of course he does. So maybe it's not BDSM. I don't know.
Without telling us exactly what was written in there, what issues are you dealing with in your life on August 27th, 2007?
26, right?
Huh?
26.
26, I'm sorry.
I am writing about Travis. The range of emotions that I feel when I'm with him.
And was that subject matter, the range of emotions that you feel with him, was that something that was on your mind all throughout that day?
Predominantly,
Justice for
yes.
vanilla.
And the journal entries that you made throughout that day predominantly deal with those issues. Is that accurate?
Give me an answer.
Salvador, she sounds like a keeper. Where is she?
Jail, maybe?
Yes, I would say so. It starts with him and ends with him.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta set up a redirect.
I want to draw your attention now to the highlighted portions of those journal entries. Can you look at those and tell us what the significance is of the highlighted portion?
In this first highlighted portion, I'm writing about the range from positive to negative that I feel when I'm with him.
And the next highlighted portion?
Writing about suicide.
Is that directly related to the positive and negative things you're feeling related to Mr. Alexander?
I would say it was a
If
trigger,
you
but
break
not
up
the
with
cause.
me, I'm gonna kill myself.
And the next highlighted portion?
I write about being at Rachel's house and about not wanting Travis to know because he would be upset, and about not tolerating any longer him saying negative things about her or any of my friends, and vice versa, about not tolerating anyone saying anything negative about Travis either.
And was that the last highlighted portion there on the document?
Yes,
And all those dealt with Mr. Alexander, the issues you were dealing with in your own mind on that day. Is that accurate?
yes, either directly or indirectly.
Judge, and once again, we're going to move to event 55.
Potentially, a lack of foundation relevance. Additionally, there's some writings that are not attributed to the defendant that somebody put in there, but we don't know who.
More foundation regarding the words.
Little pill. I have some questions about this because this might actually help you too, but I'm not sure, Nick. When you're not on stream, open an incognito window and replace you with red in the YouTube URL.
Instead of YouTube, replace the
RedTube?
U with. Yeah, don't.
I was gonna say, I think I know what she's trying to say. After I read it the second time, at first I always thought it was like, okay.
They're written in orange.
Little pill. I don't trust you anymore. Why do I need incognito?
So it's not as easily traceable.
I don't care. The stuff that's in my search history already.
Exhibits 510, as well as 242-001.
I'm gonna Google RedTube right now.
You see the words written on the exhibit?
I have a
510
program
orange?
that
Yes.
rewrites and overwrites.
Looking
every time
at
when I
exhibit
close down my window.
242-001, what do those words, and you can flip to the other pages of either exhibit, what do those words
That doesn't
signify?
even look enjoyable.
They signify the fact that this page has been torn out, part of it.
And those pages are actually torn out in your journal, is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
Judge, I'm
I
gonna move to
delete
amend
my
exhibit 510.
internet history all the time.
Thing.
We just had testimony about that, Judge.
My cookies and all that.
Tied up to that particular entry.
As it relates to August 26, 2007, these pages that were torn out. And you previously testified that you tore out those pages?
Yes, I did.
Those half
Wait, is that
pages,
why I get
excuse me.
certain videos recommended to me on
Now we move to the
TikTok?
Okay, good, same foundation. I don't have anything else to add to it.
All right.
Yes, I am on Twitter. The Twatters. You can find me in my in the description. There's a link. in my about page on YouTube here. You find a link to
Now, by comparison,
my X
this
platform
is
or whatever the hell you call it.
Exhibit 455. And we talked about that not being your entire entry at that occasion or on that day, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. The rest of your entry
I clear my cookies all the time.
that day is approximately, using the journal pages as a guide, almost 6 pages. Is that correct?
It's actually maybe mischaracterizes that entry. Those are 3 entries. Oh,
Yes.
Okay. What I'd like you to do, we can see the part here before that's contained in Exhibit 455. We can see that written above the highlighted portion. Maybe if you could begin
Focus.
reading 455 and moving into the highlighted portion that's contained in Exhibit 510. Could you just read that for us?
Yes, start from the beginning.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing that nobody else reads this because I write right now that I love Travis Victor Alexander so completely that I don't know any other way to be. I wish I did because at times my heart is sick and saddened over all that has come to pass. I don't understand it, and at times I still have a hard time believing it. He makes me sick, and he makes me happy. He makes me sad and miserable, and he makes me feel uplifted and beautiful. All in all, I shouldn't be wording it as if he makes me feel those
Stalker.
things.
Clear,
Over
in my
that for you, sorry.
opinion.
It all
That's
originates from within. All of my
stalkerish.
darkness is a result of my own creation. It is the fruit of my thoughts, planted continually and with too much repetition. Do you want me to keep reading?
Well, no, let's stop there.
Yes, because it doesn't help you.
When you say all of your darkness is a result of my own creation, what are you telling us there about
That he's a
the
perfect
relationship
guy
with Travis?
and
What'd you
everything
say above?
has to do with me.
That's a meeting. He said, all of my darkness is a result. Doesn't say anything about Mr. Alexander.
Okay. When you talk, previous sentence, you're talking about Mr. Alexander. You say, all in all, I shouldn't be wording it. He makes me feel those things, right? You see that?
Right?
Okay. You say it all originates from within, meaning, well, what does that mean? It all originates from within.
To me, that just means that I'm responsible for how I feel and Travis is not. Although I feel certain ways around him, I'm trying to take responsibility for my own feelings, not that he is making me feel that way, but that
I know you were.
the darkness that I feel is
I
because of
appreciate it.
myself, not because of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I get those ads already because I never go in incognito mode. But I appreciate the assistance.
Drawing your attention to second entry on August 26, 2007. Could you read that for us?
I just wish I could die.
I know, right? When does
I wish that
jury
suicide
questioning
was a way
start?
out, but it is no escape. I wouldn't feel any more pain though if I could just stop existing and have my consciousness dissolved into nothingness and my energy recycled into something else useful. For I am of little use to the world right now through no fault but my own.
Nick, do you
Yes,
remember
yes.
when jury questions start?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning, 10:15,
Oh.
say 10:30 tomorrow morning, 10:30. Please remember the avenue.
All right. Well, that's it for day 26. Let me pull up. By the way, all of this video is in the high quality audio content is brought to us by Vilhammer Media, who is linked in my description. So I would recommend, if you guys like this, go support him. He's got a bunch of trials. He's got the OJ trial. He's got Zachary Anderson. Going through his playlist right now. We got Kyle Rittenhouse taking care of Maya. Sarah Boone stuff. OnlyFans stalker case. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if you are thinking about going into this line of videos or streams and stuff, then Vilhammer Media is where you, for instance, you have trials that are 5 days long. You have trials that are 50 days long. So you can train with those videos and just put it up on your channel and do what we do.
We have okay, so we have one more full day, which is day 27, before we get to jury questions.
Okay.
We could start day 27 now. It's 3 hours and 36 minutes total. We're not going to obviously get through that if you want to, or we can just save it for another day. What do you want to do, Nick? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I have what time is it?
You've been up streaming late and working. How late were you on Vices?
No, I woke up early for Vices.
Oh, that's right. You guys are in that weird time zone that's not.
Yeah.
Eastern.
So instead of 4:30, I had my alarm bell at 3:30, and then I was off to work. And alarm tomorrow morning is at 4:30 a.m. and it is currently 7:15 p.m. So
Oh yeah, here's Phil Hammer in the chat. Guys, go check him
yay!
out. And he is
Yeah.
linked in my description.
Yeah, everybody needs to go and subscribe to him, so he finally can get some revenue. He does magic.
How many subscribers is he away? What does he need? 500, right?
Yeah, he needs 500. I think
He's at 189. Come on, guys. Everyone who's not subscribed to VO Hammer needs to go subscribe to him right now.
Yeah, everybody needs to go over to Hammer Media and subscribe to him. So
he is the one that's bringing us all this quality audio work that we've been streaming. He's even helped us do audio remastering during live trials. Live trials without delay, people. He's able to remaster all those horrible trials that you hear. Link in chat, please. I just threw it in there. I will throw it again. Hopefully it went to both sides. Did you get it in yours too? No. All right, I'll put it in your chat. Because for some reason it's not going through on both sides. All right. There we go. VO Hammer's in. Well, we just double chatted it. We double posted it. So yeah, you guys need to go check him out. And you know what? This is a good spot to end because I think I'm winning on the likes. So that's good. At least I'll win something. Oh no, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not. Why is nothing being updated? Ow, damn it. I was winning. No, I'm not. I updated my streams.
Poor Dave.
We're going to end this travesty early. Let Nick get some rest.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have your serial killer Saturday?
I'm not having I'm to beach. But I will next Saturday. I will have a double feature on Serial Killer Saturday, which will be Rumble exclusive, because YouTube really don't like me streaming serial killer trials and stuff like that. Okay. And so next Saturday, Serial Killer Saturday, and I'm starting a new trial on Monday.
Do Hillary Clinton next?
No. Hold on here.
Before you go, Ralph, remember tonight at 9:00, Joe Good Logic is going to be on with us. We're going to make him build a Lego set and answer questions at the same time, and it should be highly entertaining. Yeah.
Monday, I'm starting the trial or the murder of Marisela Botello. Now, that trial has already concluded. And something happened in the end of it that surprised a lot of people. And I haven't watched a second of it. So, Monday through Friday, the Marisela Botello murder trial. And it's because it has also includes lesbian lovers, and one of them is her last name is
You got me
Dykes.
hooked already. You had me at lesbian lovers.
Yeah. So it's really, really strange case. A really, really strange ending to the trial. And I need to know how they got there. So me and my audience will go through that trial starting Monday.
Very good. And what do I have coming up? I don't have anything coming up. I have that. And then Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., I'm doing a members-only news sort of update stream, casual. It's more of a casual hang, really, where we discuss current news topics in the legal sphere, I guess. I don't know what it is. It's a members only thing, and it's fun. There's jingles.
And here's a very, very happy Mr. Jingles. Look how happy he is. Isn't he the sweetest boy?
He looks so pissed.
He has absolutely no thoughts of murder on his mind.
Do they own a Subaru and everything?
He's going to kill. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I heard on Flux's stream earlier today that it's either a Subaru or a truck, so they can go either way. It have to be.
I have no idea. Maybe we will find out starting Monday.
Flex is probably taking a whole bunch of NyQuil and is sleeping right now. But all right, well, we will end the stream there. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you guys. Remember, Tuesdays and Saturdays at noon Eastern, 6 p.m. Swedish time. You get one more stream with me in the U.S., and then I'll be over to. No, is that right? Sounds right. We'll say that. No, 2 more streams, and then I'll be streaming from Sweden.
Yay!
Yeah, it'll be a good time. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I did not win the likes. That's all I want to say about that.
I
never
won
win the
by
likes.
2 or 3, and then I got a few super chats and a bunch of members. Thank you
never
so
win.
much.
Nice, see you guys. Bye.
It was
It was a clean sweep. That's what you were going
clean
to say.
sweep. Yeah.
Clean sweep, yeah.